Captain Murdoch's Paladin. Captain Murdoch banned Loafster's Warrior. Loafster opened with a Tempo Mage deck that had BGH in it. Captain Murdoch opened with an Aggro Druid that had Fel Reaver in it. So I'll let you draw the conclusions to that match. Loafster wrecked Captain Murdoch on that first game. Captain Murdoch came back with the Freeze Mage and was able to snipe Loafster's Secret Paladin, but it wasn't enough. Loafster was able to sneak by the win with Secret Paladin against the Freeze Mage, going up 2-0. Loafster returned with a kind of heavy-duty Demon Zoo, and Captain Murdoch brought out the Freeze Mage again and was able to take down the Zoo in a very tight match. It was actually really, really well played.
Really close.
Very, very close. And so Captain Murdoch was able to snag one win, and then he went in with Mallylock, and Captain Murdoch or Loafster was able to get Malyghost down on what, turn 5 or 6?
6, yeah.
Yeah, he got Malyghost down on turn 6 on a board of like 4 minions.
Oh yeah, Mal'Ganis.
Mal'Ganis, thank you. Sorry, this is very confusing. Against Captain Murdoch's Malyghost lock, and obviously that was kind of the game. Loafster ran away with it, even though that deck, Captain Murdoch's deck, generally runs double BGH. They were not able to. He wasn't able to find either of them, and so Loafster was able to take the series 3-1. And in fact, I guess we're going to just say it. That was the championship as well, since Cutthroat took down Imbolc 3-1, and Silverwave, as you guys may have watched on Friday night with both Slimsh and Dan casting, took down Jesus. So congrats to Noob Central. They've been a powerhouse in the playoffs. And yeah, a fantastic run for them. And hats off to Team Rank 5, who I'm sure will take the loss in stride. Which means they'll probably scream at Mange until they all go hoarse.
Oh, they'll just blame each other. It'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll just implode. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword over in Team Rank 5.
Oh yeah.
They get each other while they help themselves.
Capitalism.
Right. Well, to settle some scores and other things, I guess PR-wise as well, we will still have Cassity and Alec.
Not to mention the aftermath of the Tavern Talk confrontation between these two.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yes, it was a very there was a lot of trash talk being thrown. It wasn't civil at all between these two.
So we will be hopping into that match in a second. Just to go over the matchup, their lineup really quickly. Cassity is bringing Mage, Paladin, Shaman, and Warlock. And Alec is bringing Druid, Paladin, Shaman, and Warlock. So the only difference there is the Mage and the Druid.
Oh, they're in.
And we're going to see the bands, so we'll hop right in.
Yeah, it's funny. On Tavern Talk, Alec, or after the show, actually, when we went off air, Alec was saying something along the lines of, "You targeting my Druid, man?" And I couldn't help but look at Cassie's lineup, and it was the exact same that I had for the Wicked Wednesday, which, yeah, is very good for Druid.
Very, very good. Well, we are going to see the very well done Paladin bands. Cassity slipping in all the BM he can before Alec gets out of there. With the Paladin bands, we'll see Cassity bringing a Mage, Shaman, Warlock, and Alec bringing Druid, Shaman, Warlock. So, what do you think that is the plan from Cassity to go after Alec's Druid, Slimsh?
I would imagine, like, Shaman as a class, it's very well represented on ladder these days for some reason in recent times. It was kind of hiding for a little while, but yeah, it does a really good job against Druid, that's for sure. Just any build of Shaman in general.
Alec elects to start off with Shaman, and Cassity starts off with Tempo Mage. This is a matchup that do you want to break this down for us, since you've been playing a bit of Shaman recently?
Yeah, I've been playing a bit of Shaman, and also I've seen a lot of Tempo Mage. Super Sam plays it quite a bit on stream. His very famous no credit given build with APX Void that was featured on Tempo Storm.
Oh wow!
And I've heard Super Sam tout numbers such as going 9-1 versus aggro shamans on ladder. So
wow.
This matchup seems to be very, very good for the Tempo Mage. You have all the tools to clean up their minions, and if they can't get anything going on that front, then it's really all on Doomhammer and Burn.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it looks like Cassity has those early tools. He's got the Mana Worm, and I was listening to Just Saying talk about kind of the statistics behind Tempo Mage, and he's actually tracked the percentage, his win percentage when he has a Mana Worm and when he doesn't, and it's a 30% difference from the Mana Worm. So that kind of shows the impact this card has in this deck.
I'm curious if he separated those based on the coin as well, because I know the coin is also huge for Tempo Mage, much like it is for Rogue and other.
Right, absolutely. And Alec here is going to drop Sir Finley Murgleton, and he's going to get kind of subpar options here. What would you take?
These are very, very bad. I guess it depends on how optimistic you are in terms of getting the Doomhammer. I guess the Paladin hero power is going to be the one.
Yeah, I probably would go with the Paladin, but it's pretty ugly.
Pretty bad.
Speaking of ugly, Cassidy's hand is just not...
not quite there right now.
Not there on turn 2. Yeah, this is going to be... Alec's hand's actually pretty strong, although it looks like Cassidy will remove this Sir Finley Murgleton.
Yeah, Murgleton's... He's no Tunnel Trog, but you know the aggro shamans run... they all run double Abusive Sergeant, as far as I know.
Right.
So.
Alec likes to go with the coin into Feral Spirits, and that's a fine play with the 1 mana Leper Gnome in his hand.
Mm-hmm. Or Abusive, depending on what Cassidy does here. Frostbolt will clean it all up.
Yeah, Cassidy is going to be able to respond fairly well, and he's going to be able to survive these early turns using Burn, but
I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
If this water elemental can stick, then there's just never going to be a prayer for Doomhammer, and these mirror images are great. Like the
water elemental is gonna. I mean, you know that, so that's gonna draw out some of those burn spells, I think.
Right.
As the shaman, you know that you can't just leave that up, but either way, it's not good.
And Alec's starting to run out of just minions. Oh wow, and he's playing the Flame Tongue Totem. Not a card you see a lot of anymore in Shaman, in the aggro Shaman.
Definitely not. Yeah, look at
that. Explains why he went for the Paladin.
Yep, absolutely.
Wow, the 4/1 Mana Worm was so terrifying that it had to be dealt with.
Yeah, this feels really bad. Alec knows this game is ostensibly over. We also see a Whirling Zapple-matic, a bit of a weird build, and this is just painful to watch.
And against an emptier board, that hand is terrifying.
Yeah, Flame Tongue makes a little bit more sense now, seeing things like the Zapple-matic.
Yep.
That definitely helps.
Sure.
But, yeah.
Nothing like hero power passing on turn 5 for the Shaman.
Yeah, not even a totem. Like, a Spell Power totem would have been reasonable. Like, you'd have the Lava Burst. Or no, he was overloaded. He didn't have the mana for that, even.
Right, and Cassidy's going to be able to refill this actually pretty
He's going to draw some cards, then draw some cards.
I like the Pilot.
Classic.
I don't mind drawing. Well, yeah.
You can finish this game pretty quick if you throw that Pilot Shredder down.
The board's fine. I like squeezing in the ping.
7, 10. He would have had lethal next turn with the Pilot Shredder.
Right.
And the Flame Juggler.
That's true.
Going in.
Yeah, setting up lethal, generally a pretty good move. Wow.
Generally a good idea. I think lethal's fun. Lotheb build here is just fine. I mean, that's basically just game.
I think you do an unstable portal first, just because who knows. Nah, all right.
Keep letting the apprentice go to the value town here. She's what, discounted 3 spells now?
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is
now there's no way
over. Yeah.
Doomhammers are never being played now.
I think we'll see a concede out of Alec at this point.
Speaking of Doom.
And there it is.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, that was a pretty one-sided matchup. Cassity smacking around the Shaman with his Tempo Mage, getting that class out of the way. Tempo Mage is a really strong deck that can be extremely inconsistent in its starts, and I think Cassidy's probably pretty happy to get a win with it.
Yeah, that was a really good lead from Cassidy to lead with the Tempo Mage. Either the Druid or the Shaman were great, and yeah, he found what he wanted.
Oh man! And Cassidy switches to the Shaman to catch the Egg Druid from Alec.
Oh boy. some exciting stuff happening here now.
I'm getting the feeling Alec knows that he doesn't need to win.
No, well, maybe Alec,
Just the vibes I'm getting. I don't know.
maybe he knew that the mid-range combo druid was too much of a liability.
I can see Alec in the championship suite later tonight being like, and then I picked Paladin Hero Power because I didn't care. Who cares?
Hey, you can't disrespect this druid deck. It's hit rank 1 on EU.
It has, and it's a
John, haven't you hit rank 1 on EU?
We know John Verde doesn't think too highly of the EU ladder.
It's not that I don't feel. Yeah, they're a fun bunch over there, and they they don't know what Rogue is or how to play around it. But yeah, this egg deck, as Soch said, is not something to be actually discounted too lightly. It is it's a fun. It's really difficult.
not that it's not to be discounted. Just
it'll get you,
too
but
light.
these innervate draws are just so dead.
Oh yeah, this is not the best example. This deck actually it peaks at 4 mana, so it does he's got one of the worst possible hands he could have right here.
Yeah, usually with things like Jeeves, the innervates are usually most valuable for squeezing out things like the Soul of the Forest and Power of the Wild, just getting everything you can on a big board, which this is not.
Right, and Cassidy's going to be able to get the Feral Spirits down here, and then he'll be able to hide the Whirling Zap-O-Matic behind it, so, okay. Alright, so 2 to detail, he gets something he can play with the Soul of the Forest, but he's going to only be able to kill, what, one of these?
One.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Then he's left with alright.
So this deck does run Jeeves, for those who are wondering what is actually going on, and it runs double Jeeves, so that's kind of how it sustains itself. It doesn't run Force of Nature, it just runs the double Savage Roar, and it just builds a huge board, and then it just sort of Savage Roars you. It also runs, what is it, Force of Nature?
Power of the Wild?
Power of the Wild, thank you.
Yeah.
That's so it basically relies on putting out big boards and then just sort of buffing them up. This is probably not the best exhibit of the deck.
Jeeves decks are the best decks, basically.
They really are.
Wow. In my opinion.
Alec will be able to take a pretty strong board lead here.
Yeah, big time.
But the question is, he's going to need to draw... He'll need to draw some of those big buffs. And I believe this runs Defender of Argus, right?
Well, what does he need a big buff for?
I don't think they do, actually.
Okay. Well, he is going to be facing a Doomhammer into a Rockbiter into, Lava... he is facing pressure here.
Alec, he wouldn't mind a Savage Roar, really, just for the amount of damage. Oh, Cassidy's on the trading plan.
I did not expect Cassidy to be trading here. But
I guess you figure if you can remove the threats, he's...
Oh, there is Argus. Okay.
Yeah, it
different
does play
build.
Defender.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 2 Argus. That's right.
Yeah, it runs double because it also runs double. As we saw, it runs the Dragon Whelp or whatever it's called, egg.
Egg, yeah.
And then additionally it also runs the Nerubian.
Nerubian, yes.
So the Defender of Argus is really good to force your opponent to trade into it. And it looks like Alec actually might be able to pull this off.
Wow.
That was a pretty good top deck there.
Don't sleep on this Egg Druid, man.
Yeah, this deck.
I'm all about this Egg Druid.
Oh, it's really strong, and as it gets to one legend, it's really good against certain decks. But any deck that runs an AoE, and as somebody who plays a lot of Freeze Mage, Control Priest, and Rogue, this deck's like the funniest thing to run on a ladder. But if you go up against a deck that runs any AoE, it could be tough to win.
Nah, it's got Soul of the Forest, it's fine.
Now Cassidy, he's committed to this trading plan, and he might actually be able to make it work.
Ooh, well,
one short.
One short of lethal.
Yeah, he could... Oh, man,
But that taunt is going to shut down the... Yeah.
Well, Cassidy...
it's out of the range of the...
Or no.
He'll have to do the Force Rider with the Rockbiter.
Right.
Yeah. He needs a taunt.
He needs... Exactly those
Feral
cards.
Spirit.
And Feral Spirits are actually huge because...
He's still one short, though.
He's
going to put Rockbiter
1 mana
on
short,
the Tunnel Drug?
yeah. He'll have to... Well, he could just
Or
just
hold the Rockbiter and play the Horse Rider.
Because
the Rockbiter does so much out of your hand.
Cassidy probably will win this game.
Yeah.
Those were the one card that he needed. He has no other taunts, nothing else to block hero power, but this deck is so borderline.
There's no swipe? There's another living root.
No swipe.
No swipe.
Oh,
There's a
swipe.
living roots.
There is a living roots. Yep.
Yeah.
He's used
Yeah,
one.
At 4 mana, it generally only has Jeeves, Argus, the Soul of the Forest, and like one Keeper of the Grove is standard. For this thing.
So
Yeah.
this is 16,
It's a very funny deck.
18 coming damage from
Wow.
the Shaman. And that's going to be game unless he draws living roots. He's on.
Well played.
Wow. So Alec just Cassity. Wow, we kind of did not like his trading plan, but he was able to clear off the board with the efficiency of the Doomhammer, and it's gonna pay off if he gets the win. To the detail.
There
He's gonna be
was
able
a
to
time
block
when
late.
Shaman's used. Does it though? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, he can block lethal here, but there's almost any top deck here for Shaman can get the win. Yeah, this is
Crackle, Papa Burst.
Cassidy can run the two
Even like-
Jutsu and Flintstone should be lethal. Flintstone is lethal.
These guys have the same list.
Unless that's lethal no matter what, yeah. Okay.
Alright, well, Cassidy finding a 2-0 lead, and Alex kind of adventurous Egg taken down. And actually, I really like Egg against what Cassidy brought. Because, a common mid-range druid would really struggle against Tempo Mage and stuff, but Egg Druid can totally handle like a Tempo Mage and can overwhelm a Tempo Mage, actually. Yeah.
So Cassie is almost looking to clean this one up with whatever Warlock of choice he wants to lock in. And having seen Egg Druid, if he has a slower one available to him, I think if he wasn't already sold on it, considering Alex Warlock bring, then
Alec,
it might be the thing to do.
Alec can play. He can start the slow trog to the reverse sweep. He could play some extremely Warlock oriented Warlock at this point, like a Malygos lock, which did not serve Captain Murdoch well, but Malygos is, or maybe even a combo lock.
Right. Yeah, those tend to do well, actually.
Right.
Just
Cassidy
overall.
will probably want to bring. What do you think here? Maybe probably Reno lock, huh? Because he's safe from Shaman that way, and Reno lock has enough board clears to take out the Egg Druid.
Yeah, definitely. They even include things like, Arena locks will often fit in an MC tech. It's gotten a little rarer now. Like the combo lock's still generally throwing a Farseer or something. But a more traditional Arena lock would be very good.
I must protect the wild.
All right. Well, it looks like this is a Warlock. This is extremely hard to see what it could be. Implosion.
Yeah, these are Warlock
Well, it's got
cards.
2 copies of Peddler.
Yeah.
So that's
it's not
something.
Reno lock. Okay. That's
Not
fair.
Reno, yeah.
So not a Reno lock. Maybe Zoo.
It's
Zoo
not
might
power
be-
overwhelming, so it's not hand lock.
I really don't like the Egg
That was on the table.
bring back. That was on the table. Fair. This looks to be Zoo,
Was
and
it?
I really don't like the Egg bring back by Alec against a Warlock.
Yeah, it's not great because the Zoo, they'll generally kind of they have the same game plan. They just do way better at it, essentially.
So I completely agree. Like, because they have the tap, so they don't run out of resources, and a lot of
They
them,
don't
he's
have to
got
put
the
that guy
cheese.
named Jeeves in their deck.
right. But a lot of their Warlock cards, such as Imp Gang Boss, just are way more sticky than any of the Druid cards.
Savage Roar could clear the board here if Alec wanted to, but the Mark of the Wild is also pretty good. Huh.
Mark of the Wild is okay. The Implosion can't come till next turn. Okay. So it looks like he's going to Savage Roar.
It seemed like we had a lot more to discuss when we were talking about how much better Zoo is than Egg Druid. Than we were trying to figure out what the Egg Druid can do.
Oh, it could do anything it wants. It's an Egg Druid.
He'll probably want to.
Oh, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that Creeper could have taken 1 less damage by killing the
Killing the.
Void Walker.
Yep, a little misplay. I like that Alec is trying to empty his hand, but now Cassidy's gonna play a Warlock card.
Ooh. Yeah, the Argus was bad, but the Jeeves feels safe here, actually.
Well, it's... Oh, okay. Living Roots. Okay. Well,
Living Roots with the Argus. That's going to be awesome.
It actually will.
I know.
All right, you knew. That's why you said.
So I said it.
I'm surprised he doesn't play the Juggler first here.
You know, I like the Peddler because Immortal Coil would have been amazing if he could have gotten it. But he didn't.
I think clearing off the Jeeves would have been... I don't know. I would have really... I don't know. I would have tried to go for the Jeeves clear, I guess.
Oh, with just Implosion?
Well, if you Juggler...
I see. Yeah, Juggler. Yeah, that would have been good. Right.
Yeah, if you Juggler into Abusive Sergeant. All right,
man.
well...
Jeeves finally has his day.
Yeah, Jeeves is having his day, and Slimch is loving every minute of it. I think you
got to go with the egg.
You got to get the egg out there. You got to get a defender out of your hand. Only getting one card each turn isn't that strong, though, and Jeeves is certainly going to die now.
Oh, yeah, he's gone. But the egg with no
he had a good run though, right?
For Cassie, yeah, you know, all he wants to do is help.
It's all he wants to do. He just wants to serve people, and Cassity wants to kill him. Well, it looks like Cassidy's going to be able to...
Well, Cassity could also just try to empty his hand and leverage some Jeeves.
But he has a hero power that's really good.
I'm not saying it's the right thing to do.
But he could do it. Yeah, he could empty 4 cards this turn. The Juggler's a liability, unfortunately, until the egg is dealt with.
Right.
Yeah. So this is good sequencing.
The Juggler, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Abusive on Imp-Gang's pretty good. This is also...
If it snipes it... it got it. Wow.
There you go. Now there's a 50-50 here.
Do you Abusive? I would Abusive. I would clear this board. Okay.
Or Power, rather. Yeah.
Or Power, sorry.
It wouldn't have been bad, really. Oh, that Keeper's nice now. It's just perfect. And the Hero Power is even doing work. You don't need to use these living roots,
Yeah, wow, this is really surprising. I mean, each turn seems like the other players...
yeah, they're just fighting really hard for it. I have to believe that the zoo will come out on top.
Yeah, I agree.
Eventually.
I think the Implosion might be the turning point too, unless he gets a 2. And
he'll deal with it.
Got a game, folks.
He'll deal with it.
Right.
Man, if only there was a card that did 1 damage to all the minions.
It's fine though. As soon as you
4
clear
to one of them.
As soon as you clear the Egg Druid's board, it's really difficult for them to come back. What they really excel in is just capitalizing off a huge board. Once they lose it, like they try to build it back. But...
Well, a Soul of the 4. Oh god.
Whoa. Okay.
That's gotta be. Let's see here.
Yeah, this is really good.
Wait, I don't...
Yeah, the Doomguard could have taken out that, and then the Egg could have taken out the Hatch Liberty.
It would have been 3 extra health, or 2 extra health in the Doomguard. Well, it looks like it's going to be a game, though. That's definitely...
Yeah, it's rough.
Oh, and that top
and the most dead of draws. If only Jeeves were here.
Well, Jeeves, of course, would help Cassity out quite a bit, too.
That's true. At this point, he would actually take advantage of it, for sure.
Right. So, Egg Druid not really showing... Oh, man.
Oh, geez. Wow.
And the pile-on continues. It looks like Cassity will take this, and it looks like Cassidy's going to take this in a pretty quick 3-0.
Whoa.
Cassity being really careful with that Soul of the Forest. Not even tapping. I find that pretty odd.
Wow. Well, it may have been that he would have liked to tap that turn, but he may have felt ashamed that he was going to do it last, so he just didn't.
Yeah, the shame not tap. Sure.
It's possible.
Yeah. It's very common.
Oh, yeah. Well, he continues to not tap first.
Yes.
I
mean, for all he knows, there could be... I don't know.
Oh, you know, he might just be trying to shut down another Jeeves.
That's fair.
It's possible.
I don't know. Is it fair?
Yeah, that's
I
very
don't
true.
know.
Actually.
He's like he's got a
He's got to wait. Yeah, here we go. You got to
Now
wait
he's
for the
snapping.
next
Oh,
for your turn to finish anyway.
I think he may have been worried about combo, and that's definitely proven by not playing this lane. But not that Druid typically runs Force of Nature, but
By the way,
you can't put it past them.
look at these top decks. Alex is just like, you've gotta be kidding.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Yep, and that's gonna be game. So Cassity finds the 3-0, and
Cool.
yeah, Alex A, just not. This isn't EU, man. You gotta bring a good deck when you're gonna play on. Be enjoying new decks. But yeah, so that's a really quick 3-0, and we actually the stream schedule was originally we were gonna come back at like 10 and stream Mange and Jasaru, but we actually have them ready to go now. So we will be able to finish out the championship series between Team Rank 5 and Noob Central.
Boy.
And this is just pride points. Cassidy clearly making sure.
Cassie got a lot of pride points.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is all the pride. This is the battle of the captains right here.
Battle of the Captains. We've had quite a few of those on stream actually. Last time Mange was in the Battle of the Captains with Killajive, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
So Mange definitely used to being in this position. And just to give you guys their lineups, Mange is bringing Druid, Hunter, Paladin, Warlock, and Jasaru is bringing Druid, Paladin, Shaman, Warlock. So a ton of Paladin.